It is I, Joel, when I'm in the bedroom putting on a show. Your mother and both your sisters know that Stud Muffin's gonna pick his handsome ass up and go unless we turn on Kayfabe Talk Radio.
You are listening to Kayfabe Talk Radio.
Alright everyone, welcome to this download of Kayfabe Talk Radio. I am your host, Eric Williamson, or aka Eric the Red, and always join along with Mr. Bonesaw, but I want to give you all a little unveiling, I guess, of the fourth wall this week. So we recorded an AM Thunder, and mostly focusing on, Ring of Honor Final Battle 2018. Mr. Bonesaw got to attend, so please, if you're listening to this on the download, when you're done with this, please check out that review up on our YouTube channel. So just search in Kayfabe Talk Radio on YouTube. You'll find this right away. Subscribe, all that good stuff. Now, this is not going to be a lot of news. Actually, this is one big piece of news. This is about the whole deal with the Elite and their new company and the investor and stuff. And I went off a lot. About this because I'm still not really happy. Now, before we get into this, I just want to say for everyone out there, I'm still a fan of these guys. I'm still a fan of Cody, Hangman, the Bucks, etc., etc. I'm still a fan of, anyone who joins that I've said I'm a fan of in the past. Doesn't mean I'm all for them screwing over the other promotions how I feel. Now, you can look at this either way. You could say, hey, good for them. They're finally getting a better worth. All the years of busting their asses, they're now about to become millionaires. Sure, that's tremendous. But at the same time, thank the people that helped you, Don't just brush them to the wayside, I guess. I don't know. And looking back at even, the thing with the Hardys and Impact, I went about that the wrong way as a fan, so, that's something where you look at it with the blinders and go, hey, because we were all like, oh, we want to see the broken universe in WWE, we want to see in WWE, and as we've seen some videos, but not as much as Impact, you got the idea of, be careful what you wish for, but, yeah, but, regardless of which, Impact helped make those guys with that gimmick, as far as giving them the platform to reinvent, so they had every right at that time. And just like I now feel like Japan had a right to potentially take away the Bullet Club name from them, which they probably got when of this. And, you'll hear more what we had to say, me and Pat, so without any further ado, I'm going to play that clip. This episode should be, a little under an hour long overall. And then you got about an hour and a half of the YouTube review. So, without any further ado, guys, here's the audio. And I'm going to end it here for myself. So, enjoy. Till next time. The AEW thing. I gotta address the elephant in the room here. And I'm gonna say it bluntly as fuck. I'm not happy about it. I'm actually pretty pissed off about this. It's a fucking another money mark coming out of nowhere. I never even fucking heard of this family. They have fucking $1 billion net worth. It's going to be another Ted Turner / Panda Energy deal, in my opinion. I don't see this fucking... Do we need another wrestling company? Seriously? And now it's like all these guys... Oh yeah, we're going to do the Too Sweet now, because now we don't give a shit about the cease and desist, because we have $1 billion fucking budget backing us up. It's like, what the fuck? It's a fucking money mark. And then it's like, yeah, everybody leaves companies. That's not the end of the world. Ring of Honor will bounce back, but, you know, I don't see this fucking working out so far. And if it does, it's gonna hurt every other company. It's gonna hurt every other fucking company. And now they're putting trademarks in for, like, Tuesday Night Dynamite and all this shit. Like, dude, that's fucking... You're just making a fucking parody off of Nitro? I don't fucking buy into it. If it succeeds, it succeeds. But right now, I don't fucking see anything... I don't see any good in this at all.
I didn't even know about the two. Like, I remember you saying Tuesday Night Dynamite. I thought that was something WWE was doing.
No, this is what AEW is doing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fucking retarded.
This is fucking stupid. And then they trademarked another one called All Out Double or Nothing as a parody of All In.
Well, the crowd was chanting Double or Nothing, so I thought they were gonna do.
Yeah,
you
knew an All In 2 was gonna come, but I'm not. Like I said. And, like, where the fuck are you going to get the rest of your talent from? Because a lot of these... And it's like... Look, we said 2 weeks ago, there should be a shakeup. We didn't say, come up with another wrestling company and then just fuck everybody else. Because that's what you're doing. You're fucking Impact. You're fucking the Indies. You're fucking Ring of Honor. Japan and Mexico are probably going to fucking hurt a little bit, too. There's not that much talent to go around to have another fucking company. And other companies are probably going to go out of business. It's not like it's smaller indie like Era Lucha where it's not
you can find guys on like the CMLL circuit or
they're going for heavy hitters. That's my problem with it. It's a guy with $1 billion budget, with $1 million budget. It's $1 billion fucking thing. That the father, because this is a guy by the name of Tony Khan. His father, I forgot the first name, but the guy Khan, and this is a fucking con job. I've heard that they're looking to buy Wembley Stadium. So yeah, that's the type of people you're dealing with. It's fucking money marks.
The more I look at it, it's like, why would you? I get it. I understand to a certain extent that they're trying to strike while the iron's hot. But wouldn't it be better and more of to be honest, it would be a smarter move to just stick with Ring of Honor. In the long run, it might be better for Ring of Honor because obviously they are their top guys right now, but it's at a situation where they get stuck and then it's a bigger, it's a harder situation for Ring of Honor to kind of figure out where they stand and then try to, suddenly try to come up with any, new guys and it's better that they leave now and then 3 or 4 years down the road and then, Ring of Honor get really fucking stuck. But and you know what? It's not like I understand that the fan base in Ring of Honor are kind of upset about this, but I'm yeah, it's not the first time we've seen guys leave for a bigger company.
But see, here's the difference. Here's the difference where this is the worst scenario ever. This is why it's the worst. It's different, and I'm sorry, it sucks to say that because let's point out the obvious, they were a smaller company before. Ring of Honor is a much bigger company now. And a lot of that was the success of their deal with Japan. It was the success with Bullet Club involved, with Cody involved. All in helped them out tremendously to where they were able to sell out the fucking Garden. And of course, yeah, they had that deal with Japan, which also helped lock it in better as well. Because Kenny Omega, Okada, huge fucking superstars. But them having this deal now with Japan, it still helps them. But at the same time, they're going in there. If they go in that Garden show and the Bucks and Cody and Hangman aren't there, that does hurt. It hurts the Ring of Honor portion of things, because I'm sorry, when I said guys like Matt Taven and, you know, him having to get thrust into a main event spot, yes, that's important, because you're going to go into Ring of Honor and it's going to be sold out, 18 to 20,000 people, and here's Eli Isom. Here's Cheeseburger. Here's Matt Taven. That's not a big name yet. Here's so and so who's not a big It's like, what the fuck is this? Like, these are guys that are like in the fucking gym, like Shane Taylor. These aren't like fucking superstars you're gonna see in the Garden. Where and a lot of people are gonna be like booing it because they're gonna be like, we want the Young Bucks.
What did we pay Cody for? Yeah.
Yeah, we paid to see these guys, not these guys.
Well, that's also
that's
why also you've heard a lot of the re-signings and new signings. They've been able to get certain people. Like, obviously Bandito is not a huge star, but I think
it'll help.
It'll help.
It'll be something. But again, it's not a fucking enough. It's not. Cody just did All In. That's what locked in this Garden show. And he's not gonna fucking be there because some fucking Indian money mark wants to come in and fucking buy them out. That's what pisses me off. I have every fucking right as a wrestling fan to be pissed off about this. So anyone that's in this, here we go, here's competition for WWE. I don't give a shit. You're hurting the fucking indies if this is what it's gonna be. If they're willing to work with, if this money guy is willing to work with them, sure. But if it's exclusive shit and it's just, hey, here's us, hey, Ring of Honor who, Impact who, Japan what? Then yeah, fuck AEW, and these guys are fucking sellouts. They're no different than going to WWE.
Yeah,
because they're not going to WWE, because WWE are going to look at them and go, look, they still proved us right. They still proved that you need millions of dollars to become a star. They proved us right. It doesn't matter if they didn't sign with us. They signed on with another guy that has millions of dollars.
Why? Like that's another thing. The more that you're making me think about it, it's like, but you had it good in Ring of Honor.
Exactly.
You had a good merchandise deal. You had it like.
They fucked them. They fucked Ring of Honor.
Why we would fuck Ring of Honor right now when they're as big as they are, and the fact that, like, I get it. Like, I get it to a certain degree, because it's like, okay, you want the newer guys to go over, you want them, you want them in there, like it being, like, obviously, guys like. To a certain extent, like guys like Jay Lethal and you had guys like Dalton Castle, they were getting hurt by the Bullet Club because it's like, oh yeah, who gives a shit about them? But it's like, at the same time, I'm like, does it make sense to like leave Ring of Honor right now? Couldn't you have waited until like the show was like the show in April was done? Like, you could have just signed like a minor contract extension. until at least April. And I feel like Marty was the only one that was just like kind of. Is it me? Do you think Marty was just like, I don't think this is a good idea?
Oh, if he thought it was a good idea, he would have went with them. But he's not going with them. That shows that it's not him being loyal to Ring of Honor, because the guys that are loyal to Ring of Honor, aka the Briscoes and a lot of others, you didn't see them fucking. You didn't see any rumors of them fucking flying around. Hey, so and so is, contract is expiring. No, you never hear certain guys' contracts expiring for a reason. Morty, you were hearing his contract was expiring, but he re-signed when more and more of this came out, and that's when okay, you know where he stands, you know what he believes. And he probably is like us, or at least me, where I'm more adamant about it. But he's kind of like he wishes his friends luck, but at the same time, he was like, "Look, I'm gonna do what I know right now. I trust this company, and they haven't fucked me. I'm gonna stick with it."
Yeah, but it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to have a big fucking operation like that right now. Because you're not gonna suddenly just rip away the majority of fan viewership from, and it's just like, can you hear like inky dinky bullshit like Tuesday night Dynamite? The first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna incite the fucking wrath of like all these old timers and idiots. And you're gonna hear it. You're gonna hear it from like the old crones, like fucking Jim Cornette. Who's like, that's fucking bullshit. I knew they were a bunch of clowns. I knew they were a bunch of clowns.
It looks fucking hokey. This is the
first thing they should.
This is the first thing they're doing where it looks fucking hokey. Tuesday Night Dynamite is something you would hear on a fucking YouTube wrestling show that's being taped in front of 50 people in fucking Boise, Idaho. It's not, doesn't sound like a fucking operation that you're gonna see from fucking, no pun intended, but elite talent. It really doesn't. It looks fucking stupid.
Well, we'll see what happens, but
yeah,
they could have came up with a better fucking IP than that. It's the same annoyance that I have with the fucking, like, the t-shirt. They just reek, like, the same issue that I have with the fucking Elite t-shirts, where it just reeks of fucking,
the Shield.
It reeks of just, like, laziness. Like, they could have come up with a better
The more
idea.
and more I was looking at the shirts, the more I did gravitate to your side. I mean, now, if it was a thing where it was just like, hey, this is just the temporarily parody design like they've done in the past, where like they were parodying the NWO and DX, because that's what this group always had done shades of a lot of in the past. I mean, a la the Too Sweet as well, but but this looks like it would be the main design, and it's like, no, it's not a main design. It can't be, and if it is, that's stupid. That's stupid of you guys to consider that.
Like, I'm not even that good of an artist, but I think if people saw my fucking redesign of that, it looks a lot fucking better than the shit that they put out now. This just reeks of fucking unoriginality and just, like, laziness. It's like, I mean, obviously, look, you had the Bullet Club logo. At least that was, like, a cool design. Like, you hadn't seen something like that before. The fact that it was original, like every single, piece that was put out there was, in a sense, like a copy of the Bullet Club design, but at least it had originality to it. Where this is just, you just slap the fucking, like, you just slap the, Elite logo, and then you have like the weird shield thing, and then you have, animals on them. It's like, guys, that's not a good design. That's just lazy. Like you have like you have so many like different characteristics of like your personalities. It's like, couldn't you have just implemented that or gotten a good graphic designer to like how much would it have taken to like freaking get a good graphic designer to like come up with some ideas for how you would like put your shirt together. It's like how many different people do they know that could possibly do that for them or make them T-shirts? And like how many different like I look at that, I'm like, they're not gonna fucking sell those on Hot Topic.
Right.
No, they're not gonna fucking sell that on Hot Topic. Who the fuck is gonna buy that? I wouldn't.
People that, I guess, elite apologists would. People that are like, oh yeah, this group could do no wrong, and oh, the design's fine, it's not a big deal. Those type of people.
Yeah, but it's like, okay, I like them.
Yeah, I do too.
It's just lazy. Like we want them to do well.
Yeah, we want them to do well. We don't want them to fucking go the route that they're going. I don't like the route that they're going. I think it's they're looking very campy. They're looking very fucking campy, and they have potential to do more than Tuesday Night Delight and knockoff Shield logos. They're exploiting why people in WWE and why Jim Cornette don't like them. And it's not them going, hey, look, we're doing, because this is what they are doing. This is what the actual thing is. They're taking things and making a joke out of it, and going, yeah, look, hey, yeah, we're doing parodies, yeah, but look at our worth now. We're worth millions of dollars now. Our brand is worth millions of dollars. Yeah, but look like you're worth $1 million. Don't just take a joke out of it. Make a joke out of it. You know what I mean?
They're not getting the concept though. It's WWE is worth billions of dollars, but their IP is worth overall their IP is worth a ton of money. Their IP to the fans is worth shit. People are tuning in less and less and less. You can tell people all day to the cows come home. We're worth billions of dollars. Our companies, our stocks are through the roof. Fans are gonna fucking care. They're fans. They want to see wrestling. They don't care about fucking market reports. They're not a bunch of investors. They're not shareholders. They don't fucking care. They want to see professional wrestling and they want to see good storylines. You can tell them all the stupid charts and graphs and all the fucking statistics. They'll never give a shit. They're not grasping the meat of the situation. When it really comes down to it, the average fan doesn't give a shit about what you're worth. Now, are you a good wrestler? Are you somebody that they can believe in and respect? Because you watch like companies like Ring of Honor or PWG or Lucha Underground. You know, they make modest returns, but they're not. You know, like obviously Sinclair is a big corporate entity, but for the most part, most of these companies are not. You know, they're modest. They're humble companies, but people have a lot of respect for them because they get to watch, you know, professional wrestling. You know, they're not getting fucked over. they're not going and paying for a pay-per-view and getting bullshit. So when I hear shit like this, now, look, I was giving them the benefit of the doubt because it's like, you know, at the same time, you know, like, you want them to do well, but then you hear, like, the way that you're making, you know, like, your way you're explaining it to me is, because I hadn't really, I had heard they were getting, you know, financial help and starting their own company, but it's like, now, it just sounds like we took the sellout, we took the sellout option that wasn't us going to WWE and jobbing, but at the same time, we're dealing with some asshole just has buckets and buckets of money, but he's basically, he was a Khan. Is he Pakistani or what?
He's either Indian or Pakistani, yeah. I'm not really sure which.
Yeah, I'm not going to make the assumption, but
Pakistani.
I'm gonna say is like you have this big exec that's kind of just sounding like the, you know, like he's kind of sounding like the Southern Asian version of Dixie Carter right now.
Yeah, I mean it is. You know, that's why I'm just. I know people are gonna be all excited over it because people have been starving for a number 2 for so long. That's fine. We're all starving for it, but don't fucking spin on don't fuck over everybody else in that process. Don't be what we all vilify Vince and the McMahon family for. You know, $1 billion budget. Or multi-million-dollar budget, I should say. Multi-million-dollar budget. Fucked over the territories. Stole the talent. Monopolized what people thought as pro wrestling, as sports entertainment. Like, people will thank Vince or curse Vince's name for that. Don't be that fucking guy. Don't be that fucking identity. And as talents, these guys are putting a trust into some person, which, do they even know that great? Who knows? But, I mean, like I said, I'm skeptical of it. If it works out, it works out. But right now, I'm not a fan. As of right now, I'm not a fan of it.
I don't think I am either. I mean, I'm happy. Like, if they had said that they were going to sign with another company, or they were moving on from Ring of Honor, they were going to do, yeah, they had some, like, initial investor help, and they were starting their own company, I probably would have been, like, I think I'd be more receptive to it.
On board with it, yeah, sure, but again, at the same time, there's too much fucking wrestling as is. We were looking for more of a shake-up on the terms of, hey, if they all went to Impact and took a re-gamble, took a fresh start, and got that company more in a thing, or if they signed on exclusively, and I say this as a biased player, if they signed on exclusively to MLW and got that company off its feet, that would have been amazing. That's what, you know, we're talking shake-ups, we're talking put this guy here, put that guy there, like what WWE does with the brand split, or the draft, or whatever the fuck they call it nowadays. We're gonna shake it up. Do it like that. Do it where these guys are going all different territories and companies, not, hey, let's start a whole new fucking company and rob the talent, like I've been saying.
But, so, you know, what I don't get is, why go to this brand new company and, because there's really nothing there. It's like, you're just gonna be, like, you're gonna be the top dogs in a company where there's no other real talent. People are just gonna get bored of you. Like, the novelty of them being in Ring of Honor was, like, there was a lot of talent there already. So when they, like, clashed with, you know, like Jay Lethal
there really wasn't
or any of those guys.
There's really not that much talent in Ring of Honor as is. That's the problem. There's not a lot of talent in these companies. As far as big names that you want to see on.
Well, no, those are the biggest. I'm saying like those were the biggest names, but
yeah,
like the guys that left were the biggest names. But for the most part, the majority, like really, to be honest, like I think they were solid enough company. I just think like they had people to like kind of bounce off of and like because like in Ring of Honor you had a lot of decent hands, like you had a lot of people that were really interesting and fun to watch, but they were the the top guys in the company because they had developed a cult following from Japan, and they had developed a cult following from Ring of Honor, and now it's just like, okay, you're leaving, but it feels like they didn't put anybody over. Like they didn't get anybody to be the major star to replace them, and I think that's what you mean.
That's exactly what I mean. There's nobody there to replace them, and now it's a thing where Ring of Honor is getting themselves put into they're getting fucked. They're getting put into a corner now.
Well, they're scrambling to figure out where the hell because I mean I've already been hearing about like them going all over and signing people. Like they already signed
Brody King, PCO,
Bandito, yeah.
Bandito.
But no, I heard they signed something.
But again, that's a problem too. They fucked over MLW. Because MLW now has to go to fucking... MLW was rushed into a corner where they had to get CMLL. They had to fucking get LA Park and ROH. And that's not making fucking stars. That's just taking a feud from another country and putting it in America. So, this AEW did more harm than good already. What more is going to come? I'm trying to convince people that are like excited. No, be excited for the idea of the Garden Show. Be excited for things that you already had in wrestling. Don't be excited for another fucking monopoly that's going to fuck over everybody.
Yeah, well, what was the point though? Like, if they were proving this is the thing that gets me. It's like, okay, you proved the point that all the like guys can make their own way, do their own shows. You're not doing that. He's the primary investor. It's not like you're investing with your own money. Like, it would have made more sense if they had done a small indie and they invested with their own money, or they had gotten a group of investors to go in with them, but like it stayed on like a small scale, and then okay, they didn't re-sign with Ring of Honor, but they were doing like a contract, like a smaller contract with them on a temporary basis until they got guys that were ready to replace them. Yep. Now it's like, okay, what do you do now? Are they gonna like start? Is Ring of Honor gonna have to like beg New Japan to like send them the next group of Bullet Club members? Are we gonna have to see Jay White come to Ring of Honor?
Yeah, we're gonna have to. They're gonna have to bring in Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa. Fale's not gonna go. He's not a big. He's not big on that whole thing. I can't see him there because if he never went before, why is he gonna go now? And how much money are they gonna have to give him to where he'll be like, all right, I'll go. Fucking what's his name there? Chase Owens. They're probably even gonna. He might even distance himself from the Elite. Who knows? Unless only if that means Kenny Omega isn't. But they might have to send him down there to do stuff for TV tapings. Gato might even fucking go over to get heat with Jay White because that's the pairing now. It's going to come down to Ring of Honor needing shit from Japan, like big time. And it sucks. It sucks because it's like now these guys are going to be forced to fucking travel a lot more, work their asses off a lot more because of this. So, and I'm beating it into a dead horse here, but like I said, this is how you know. This is how you know. This is the first time in a long time that something outside of WWE really pissed me off.
I mean, I agree. Like, I'm. It's just a weird situation because we've never had to deal with something of this magnitude happening in the wrestling business. What do you do if there's a legitimate second brand, and we haven't had this conversation since TNA? And okay, when TNA propped up, did that extremely hurt the Indies, or did that? Because the Indies weren't when TNA was gestating. There wasn't much of a the Indies weren't as big as they were.
They're not. They back then. You had a lot of top talents. You had a lot of guys that were who are obviously all under contract at WWE now. When TNA was doing the shit with Eric Bischoff and Hogan, they weren't really rating the Indies like they like the WWE did. They were taking all the retired, semi-retired, retired, older talent from WWE from yesteryear. It wasn't a thing where for instance, when TNA was getting hot in 2005 and they were taking talent from Ring of Honor, yeah, that affected it a little bit. Like when they were getting Samoa Joe and AJ Styles, they gave him a cease and desist to not work with any other companies. They were making him exclusive. And for a while, and that lasted until 2008, 2009, because you started seeing more guys working in other indies, but it was just more of so it locks people away from Ring of Honor, and if you worked in Ring of Honor, you didn't go to TNA unless you were done with that company. But it wasn't to this level, this is just comparable to WWE, and that's the sad part. That the sad part is you can only compare this to WWE because WWE this is equivalent to when WWE was like, hey, we need Prince Devitt, hey, we need Kevin Steen, hey, we need El Generico, hey, we need Claudio, hey, we need Chris Hero back, or we need Chris Hero overall. Now we need him back. Hey, now we need Bryan Danielson. Hey, now we need you know what I mean? It used to be what it used to be is, hey, okay, we're doing business. Okay, all right. We see Matt Sydal. Okay, we need him. Okay, cool. Yeah, we CM Punk. Yeah, we need him. Okay, cool. All right. A few years later, go by. Okay, Bryan Danielson. Yeah, we need him. Okay, good. Then it just became a thing where we need. Now it's you have fucking motherfuckers up the ass, and it's now what the fuck? They fucked Evolve so bad. To where Evolve and WWE have a relationship, and they're like, well, now here you go, here's your NXT talent, here's Chris Hero back, but we can't call him Chris Hero, so it's Cassius Ohno in Evolve, where it looks silly. It makes Evolve look like an extension of WWE. So, it's a weird fucking place in that realm, but like I said, it's comparable. And that's probably what's going to happen. It's just going to be... They're just going to do what WWE's been doing, and that's fucking the indies.
I just don't want a situation where you have Ring of Honor in this type of situation where they have to be the... And for that matter, Japan, too, because Japan is, for the most part, gotten out of this mostly unscathed, but if this fails, what the fuck do they do?
If they take Kenny Omega, whose contract is up in January, that fucks them. That
Yeah.
fucks them. Which I think that might happen.
Yeah, because he's already coming out with the, like, elite
Yeah, that's going to fuck
stuff,
them.
so...
And you know what? I'm willing to actually take a gamble and say, yeah, I think Kenny is going to go to the AEW. Which, again...
Oh, my God.
Again...
Oh, and then that also, the show.
Yeah.
That kills them for the fucking show in April.
Yep. Yeah, that's my point. This is exactly my point. They're fucking everything. So... I mean, and again, if they wind up, this is my last thing, this is my last comment on it, we could start wrapping the show up, but if they make it inclusive, fine. Then yes, wrestling will thrive. But it sounds like it's exclusive. This whole, this is my last show in Ring of Honor, this is our last show here, this is all of our last show here. Yeah, you're making it sound exclusive. That's a fucking problem. So,
does it sound like Japan? It just sounds like Japan found out about this and was just like, no, get the fuck out.
I hope,
because I think no, because it just sounds like they got the news about this and they're like, no, you're not using the Bullet Club logos anymore. Like,
yeah,
we all think. You know, it was an idea that the elite were the ones that were.
Yeah,
I
thought it was. I legit thought they were just like, hey, we're just gonna make a business decision. No, they made it sound like it was a business decision. Japan was like, fuck your shit. We want our logo. We own it.
I can't blame Japan if that's the case. I cannot. Like, they've been building that brand for years, and you're gonna like suddenly bring it to a fucking exclusive company and like drag it into the fucking mud. No, I can't blame Japan if that's the case. Like, I'm actually really upset about this right now. I didn't think about it like that. You know, like I thought this was gonna be like, okay, it was gonna be like a new company. Obviously, they were gonna like maybe do stuff with Ring of Honor later on down the road because they were like kind of hinting around. Oh, you know, we'll come back. But it's like, okay, but if you're gonna fucking a company that they owe Ring of Honor a lot because Ring of Honor,
yes,
Ring of Honor and New Japan fucking like helped them a lot. Like,
All In would have not happened. All In would have not happened.
Yeah, there was all that production equipment was all Sinclair.
Yeah, All In would have happened. Japan gave them Okada. Japan gave them Omega for that card. Impact helped them a little bit. And now they're just going, hey guys, thanks for what you did in the past. Now we're going to go over here and be fucking millionaires. Why?
No,
because...
It just sounds, though, this is what it sounds like. Like you're with your girlfriend for like years, and your like girlfriend's like, oh, I love you so much. I hope you like your the stuff that I got you. Oh, you're the best. You do everything for me. And then suddenly some fucking chick is walking down the street with fucking like double F fucking plastic boobs, and they're like, yeah, fuck you, bitch, bye. That's what it just sounds like. It's just like they just saw some fucking like plastic up boot like bimbo, and then they decided, I could do better.
You know what they are? They're that meme that's going around, the one with the where the guy's looking at the chick's ass and the girlfriend's looking at her looking at the guy disgusted.
Yep,
that's what they are. It's them looking at a deal that could fall through, while every other company's looking at them like, well, thanks for you're welcome, Cody. You know, you're welcome. Or what I should say, because I'm a little pissed off at him for this shit. You're welcome, Stardust.
Well, that's that's why the crowd fucking completely turned on him.
Yeah, I don't fucking blame them. I don't fucking blame them. He's looking like a skeevy fucking motherfucker doing this shit. I'm sorry. The more I'm doing this, the more I'm looking at this, the more I'm like, the blinders are off. I'm like, yeah, all in was to attract billionaires. And you know what? I'm gonna call it out. Some people out there in podcast land were right. They saw through the shit that we weren't seeing. I'm kind of like, it's a little more clear to me now. I'm a little more like the Bucks. It is what it is. I'm more gearing this more toward Cody. He's looking more like a fucking Stevie motherfucker to me.
Yeah, because it's like, okay, you made it seem like it was this big thing for wrestling fans. That was this huge deal, but it was actually just, hey, we're networking. It was the pilot. That was what it was. It wasn't a pay-per-view. It was the pilot for this venture. So they could see if they could get investors.
Yep, and now they did.
The best part was they used Sinclair fucking property to fucking network themselves to another company.
Yeah.
And but on top of that, because you can be like, we're kind of like going, yeah, that was stupid. Why did we fall for this? Fucking Ring of Honor fell for it. New Japan fell for it.
Exactly. Look, us falling for it, yeah, we're fucking human. We're wrestling fans. We're fans of them. We're still fans of them. We're still fans of the Bucks and Cody. But we're looking at this now with the blinders off, like Ring of Honor probably is, and like, wow, look at you fucking shady fuck.
Yeah.
So.
And now they can kiss their ass all they want, but it's like, okay, you just fucked us. Because now on top of this, it's like the big moment that they had to kind of prop these two companies up, because this is the big time. This is the big fucking moment that everything has been leading towards. That these two companies can like maybe stand on their own and like kind of climb out of the dirt, the proverbial dirt of the indie scene, and maybe not be seen as just indies anymore, just mainstream companies. And you kick the fucking sandcastle over. Like, the guys, they built this up, and then you just kicked it out of their fucking hands. And it's like, as fans, why wouldn't you be pissed off? You fucked them over.
Yeah, exactly. You just went and spent an unspeakable amount of money to go to this show, to get autographs, for a company that you're very much so invested in, for guys that are headlining that you want to see, and as a fan, you gotta look at that and go, I just spent a lot of money to a company that you guys help me get invested in, and now you're fucking leaving?
It just shows, like, in a lot of ways, it makes me irritated, because now it's like like we said, like, all that we see it now as, it's a corporate investment.
Yeah,
it's a corporate investment. It's a corporate investment. It's a skeevy, like, it's a skeevy pilot. It's like, it's a production. Like, that's all it was. It was a production. It was a pilot episode for this fucking venture. And the fact that we attributed, and disgusting. Because this was supposed to be like a tribute to wrestling in general.
Yeah.
And they ended up turning it into something just perverse.
Yeah. You know what? The best way to put it? It was supposed to be... It was supposed to be a nice tribute to wrestling. It went from being like, I'm just using hyperbole here. It went from being a Ring of Honor Final Battle to a WWE Saudi Arabian show. As terms of what the show is viewed at from a personal personal standpoint. It went up.
That depresses the shit out of me now. Because now that you mention it, it's like, yeah, that does have that kind of skeevy political feel to it.
Yeah, it bothers me. And I'm not trying to make everyone sad about it and whatever, but I'm trying to get the blinders off of people too. Because I saw this, and I let it marinate for the past couple days, and more I was reading into it, I went, oh my god, as a wrestling fan, I feel fucked over by these guys.
To be honest, no, I mean, they're not going to do it because it's money. People are still going to try and buy it off their, networks and stuff. But if I'm Ring of Honor, if I'm New Japan, I don't publicize them anymore. I really don't. Because this is kind of worse than like an Adam Cole leaving to go to WWE, because it's like, it's not like
that doesn't compare.
Exactly. It's like
this is semi-equivalent to when Gallows, Anderson, Nakamura, and AJ all left Japan.
I'd actually argue it's more equivalent to Hogan leaving WWF.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not that wrong. Thank you all, everyone, for tuning in. Facebook.com/Kayfabe Talk Radio, www.kayfabetalkradio.com. Check both out for all updates and news from us and when we'll be doing shows and stuff. Our archives are obviously on kayfabetalkradio.com, as well as iTunes, Stitcher, and so on and so forth. You can find all the links on there, as well as our YouTube channel, where you listen exclusively to AM Thunder on there. And on Twitter, you can chat with us there. I'm on Twitter at EricTheRed211, along with Mr. _Bonesoul for your gripes and complaints on our show. But in closing, I want to wish everyone a happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Hanukkah, and all that good stuff. So, once again, from myself and Mr. Bonesaw of Kayfabe Talk Radio, we'd like to wish everyone a very, very happy and healthy holidays. So, till next time, folks, keep it kayfabe.
Bitches.
Ooh, yeah!